It always begins the same way. You're kind, attentive, emotionally open. You think this will earn her love. That being available, generous, and emotionally transparent will make you the one she chooses. But slowly, without warning, her texts become colder. Her interest fades. She pulls away, confused or busy. And you sit there wondering what you did wrong when, in truth, it's what you kept doing right, in the wrong way. The harsh truth? Women don't lose interest because you're too nice. They lose respect because your niceness feels like submission, not strength. And in the female psyche, respect always precedes love. Niceness is often just masked neediness. You're nice not from a place of abundance but strategy. You compliment because you want validation. You over-communicate because silence terrifies you. You agree too easily because disagreement risks rejection. But she feels that. Women are biologically hardwired to test for strength, not just physical, but emotional, spiritual, and psychological strength. When you yield too often, when you over-accommodate, you don't signal love. You signal weakness. You become the emotional equivalent of white bread, safe, soft, and easily discarded. And no woman wants to fuck white bread. The paradox is brutal. The more you try to please, the less she feels compelled to earn. And what isn't earned is never valued. You offer emotional availability like a man handing out coupons. Here, take my attention, take my loyalty, take my vulnerability. But she didn't work for it. She didn't struggle to get there. So there's no gravity to it, no mystery, no challenge. And without those, desire dies. You gave her everything before she was even sure she wanted you. And now that she has it, she sees how cheaply it was offered, and she questions its worth. This is where the confusion sets in. You look at men who are distant, who are emotionally unavailable, who treat women with indifference, and you wonder why they're the ones being chased. It's not because women like being disrespected. It's because those men command emotional tension. Their detachment forces effort. Their lack of availability becomes a puzzle. And every puzzle solved feels like a victory. Women don't crave what is handed to them. They crave what must be earned. And if your love is a participation trophy, don't be surprised when it ends up in the trash. You've been taught to fear rejection so much. You've engineered your entire behavior to prevent it. You mirror her, agree with her, praise her, soften your edges. And in doing so, you become invisible. A ghost with good intentions. She doesn't want another echo. She wants a presence. She wants resistance. Not cruelty, not arrogance, but unshakable self-possession. A man who can say no and mean it. Who can hold eye contact without apologizing. Who can disagree without becoming defensive. Because that man, even in silence, projects power. And where there is power, respect follows. Where there is respect, desire is born. This is where most nice guys fall apart. They confuse kindness with virtue. They think being liked is the same as being desired. But women don't fuck men they pity. They fuck men they admire. And admiration is born from strength. A spine. Standards. A refusal to self-abandon. You can be kind, but your kindness must come with weight, with boundaries, with consequence. Otherwise, it's just noise. And she tunes out. The moment she realizes you won't stand up to her, won't walk away, won't challenge her worldview, she files you under safe, not sex. The deep psychological truth is this. Women are constantly evaluating your potential to lead, not just protect. She doesn't want to be the captain. She wants to be swept into your frame, a reality stronger than hers. But if your frame bends every time she speaks, she sees you not as a partner, but a follower. You become emotional furniture, comfortable, functional, and ultimately forgettable. And so she drifts, to danger, to chaos, to men you claim are toxic. But what you call toxic, she experiences as certainty, command, a fire too hot to tame, and therefore worth touching. This doesn't mean you should become cold, manipulative, or cruel. That's just a different flavor of insecurity. The answer is not to abandon emotion. It's to master it, to carry it like a sword, sheathed until needed, but always present. A powerful man is not without feeling. He is simply never ruled by it. He does not reveal himself just to be understood. He reveals himself when it is earned. And when it is, the impact is seismic. Because unlike the nice guy, whose heart is always on display, the strong man offers it in rare, deliberate pieces, and rarity breeds reverence. You want her to feel something real? Then stop flooding her with comfort. Let her feel the edge. Let her feel your absence. Let her feel uncertainty, so she begins to question herself, not you. Give her space to lean in, not because you pulled away to play games, but because you're too focused building a life worth sharing, with or without her. You want to be unforgettable? Be the man who walks into a room with gravity, who commands presence without words, who doesn't need to explain himself. That man doesn't beg to be loved. He becomes the standard. But make no mistake, this path is harder. It requires solitude, self-reflection, inner reconstruction. You will lose people. You will be misunderstood. But you will also stop being ignored. You will stop being disposable. Because when you no longer seek permission to be powerful, you stop being the nice guy. You become the man she never saw coming, the one she can't quite figure out, the one who forces her to grow just to be close to. And in that tension, she finds the thing her soul craves most. Not comfort, but transformation. That's where desire lives. And that's where your throne begins. You think love is something earned through consistency, through showing up, texting good morning, asking how her day was, offering your heart on a silver plate. But consistency without consequence is just predictability. And predictability kills attraction. She's not waking up wondering what you're doing. She already knows. You're waiting on her reply. You're orbiting her attention. You've become emotionally domesticated. And while she may appreciate it for a while, her instincts will revolt. A woman wants to feel chosen, but by a man who could have chosen anything, not by a man who had no other choice but to choose her. This is the dark paradox most men never confront. The more emotionally available you are too soon, the less emotional weight you carry. And the lighter you feel to her, the faster she lets you go. When a man pours out his soul uninvited, he thinks he's being deep. But to her, it feels like burden, like a man asking to be held instead of holding himself. She wants your vulnerability, eventually, but only when she feels she's earned the right to see it. If you give it away like a street preacher yelling, on a corner, she tunes out. Too easy, too loud, too soon. You thought selflessness would make you noble, that putting her first would show your worth. But selflessness without boundaries is just self-erasure. You disappear so she can shine, and then you wonder why she forgets you were ever there. She doesn't want a man who hands her the throne. She wants a man who already owns a kingdom. And if she earns a place in it, she'll treasure it. But if you bend, shrink, and sacrifice just to keep her, you've already lost her. She may stay, out of comfort. She may stay for safety, but she'll never stay for desire. Attraction is not democratic. It's not fair. It doesn't care how good you are, how much you feel, or how loyal you've been. It cares about energy, power, frame, leadership. And the minute you hand those over to be nice, you drain yourself of the very traits she needs to feel pulled toward you. She can't desire a man she pities. She can't respect a man she commands. And she can't love a man who never made her wonder if she was good enough. You were so afraid of making her feel insecure that you forgot. A little insecurity is the price of passion. You see, the strongest emotional bond isn't forged through constant praise. It's forged through tension, through moments where she wonders if she has your full heart, through times when she can't read your silence. That uncertainty, when used with care, doesn't harm. It ignites. It sharpens her attention. It activates her imagination. She fills in the blanks with fantasy, and fantasy is stronger than reality. If she's never had to wonder where she stands, she'll never feel the need to step up. But if your presence makes her question, just a little, she becomes alert. She watches, she waits, and she works. You are not cruel for holding back. You are powerful for being deliberate. You are not manipulative for keeping parts of yourself sacred. You are sovereign. You are not playing games by living your life unapologetically. You are simply not asking for her permission to exist. That is not toxic. That is masculine. And masculine energy, when rooted in clarity and calmness, doesn't pursue chaos. It attracts devotion. The nice guy is constantly adapting to her mood. The strong man regulates his own. That difference is the line between being forgotten and being unforgettable. This doesn't mean being a cold shell. It means choosing when and how you show emotion. It means understanding that your affection, your attention, your time, they are currencies, and their value rises when you stop flooding the market. Let her work for your approval. Let her earn your softness. When she brings peace, reward it. When she brings drama, meet it with silence. Do not argue, do not beg, do not engage in emotional tug-of-wars. She wants to know you won't fold under pressure, that you'll hold your ground, not against her, but for yourself. And when she sees that, when she feels the full presence of a man who doesn't need her, but chooses her with intention, that's when everything changes. Her tone softens, her eyes stay longer. Her mind begins to loop with thoughts of you. Not because you manipulated her, because you finally gave her what she craved all along. A man worthy of submission, not through dominance, through presence, through restraint, through mastery. She will not say it out loud, she may even resist it. But deep down she knows, the nice guy never made her feel this alive. So here's the cost. You have to kill the version of you that believes love is earned through compliance. You must bury the boy who thought being agreeable meant being admirable. And you must rise as the man who leads, not by force, but by being unshakably grounded in his own values. That transformation will feel lonely. You will face rejection, mockery, misunderstanding. But slowly, quietly, the world around you will shift. People will notice your presence. Women will lean in. Not because you asked, but because you know, longer needed to. And that is where your power truly begins. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be respected, to be desired, to be chosen because your standard demands it, not your desperation. The world does not reward men who play nice, it rewards men who play by deeper rules of power, poise, and psychological gravity. So become rare, become sovereign. Let go of the fantasy that being emotionally generous too soon makes you lovable. It doesn't. It makes you replaceable. Choose instead to be the man who gives slowly, leads calmly, and walks away easily. That is the man she cannot forget. That is the man you were born to become.